Hey guys, Kruznikx back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. This is it, the final part of the Crystal Tower arc. Tonight we are doing World of Darkness. Now, when we last left off in the Crystal Tower arc, we had finally beaten Emperor Xande in Circus Tower. Unfortunately, the Void Gate opened up so wide, and unfortunately it took Unei and Doga with it, as well as Nero, but we don't really care about him. But anyways, we're going to get right down to it because this is the last part of the arc. So we're going to talk to Rambros and get right to it.
Ah, Bayan, it is good you are come. I have news you must be made aware of. Alas, none of it bodes well for us, nor for Unei, Doga, and Nero imprisoned in the Dark Realm.
Think back upon our last foray into Circus Tower, if you will. The calamity stirred the place from its long slumber and awoke Emperor Xande, but you, Bayan, ensured he was laid to rest permanently. Yet the Emperor had sealed a binding covenant with the terrible void scent known as the Cloud of Darkness. Even as Doga and Unei labored to annul this contract, the entity reached through a rift and dragged the pair of them and Nero out of our realm.
Since that day, Noah has devoted itself to rescuing Unei, Doga, and Nero from beyond the rift. Our research, however, has exposed a far more dire problem. The Crystal Tower still acts upon Emperor Xande's orders and collects energy to open another void gate even as we speak. Indeed, the place nigh hums with energy. We have done all we can to stop the Imperial Edict, but to no avail. Just as the gate would open only for Unei and Doga, so too will the tower heed only to those with the royal blood of Alag.
'Tis a most galling design. Granted, this was not always so vexatious. According to the Alagan tombstone Nero presented us, during the golden age of Alag, the royalty had some means of bestowing their blood upon others. If they hadn't such a technology, Amon and his underlings could never have controlled the Crystal Tower.
But we do not have either this art nor any with royal blood. Every moment we wait, a vast rift through which the Cloud of Darkness can enter our realm threatens to open. Such a disaster cannot be allowed to come to pass. We must seal the Crystal Tower and annul Xande's covenant with the Dark Realm. If only breaking the ladder would suffice. But then what of the energy building in the Crystal Tower? Without suppression, that power could discharge and cause a calamity like the one that destroyed Alag. In truth, we have more than just 3 lost compatriots to worry about. If we do not act, our very world will fall before the might of this threat.
We know but one way out of this predicament. Rescue those who can control the tower from beyond the Dark Realm, and seal the rift shut after them. And mercifully, not all our news is quite so bleak. 'Tis true we cannot stop the Void Gate from manifesting within the tower, but this can be to our benefit. We can use Circus's power for our own purposes, and create a portal to carry us into the Dark Realm.
We have heard this possible from a man of the Thaumaturges Guild well versed in otherworldly matters, and with Master Garland working to create the said portal, final preparations are well underway. Ah, and here comes the man himself.
Bayan, just the man we need.
Yes, our fellowship is indeed complete, and all parties privy to our strategy. And you, Master Garland, how fare your endeavors?
Quite well. The device is nearly ready. Though attaching the damnable thing to Circus Tower took every ounce of ingenuity the Ironworks has got. But it should produce the energy we need. With just a little more fine-tuning, we can open a rift. I'm here to request your presence at the tower. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge at the 8 Sentinels as guides. And do hurry, Bayan. I'm sure you wouldn't miss another chance to save the world, would you? Well, Sid certainly has a firm hand on the realm. Shall we make our way to the Crystal Tower? Man, it feels like only yesterday that I was just starting this quest line. It's been some seriously fun times. Hell, why not? Let's take 2 of them out at the same time. Seeing as how once we're done with this, we won't even have to worry about being in this area anymore. Hey, look at that! Take care, fellas, because this is the last time you'll see my fucking ass. There's Wedge. Bayan! I'll bet you're here to watch us pry open a rift between worlds, eh? We're almost ready. Circus Tower is full of engineers scurrying around and making adjustments. We're dealing with a lot of power, and if a single coupling is off, well, boom! But it should be fine, really. Anyway, you best wait at the top. The chief's there overseeing the whole operation. My friends, you've arrived. I'm just waiting for my engineers to give the signal. Then we'll see if we can't open a gateway to another world. Is there something amiss, Graha? Ah, Emperor Zande's throne. How the mighty have fallen, eh? Once it stood as a symbol of Alag's art and power. Now it's nothing more than an empty chair. Just imagine if Alagan civilization had lived on, and a just emperor still sat on that throne. How different would our history be? How much further would we have advanced? Unfortunately, there was no stopping Zande in his ambition. There were those who tried. Zande's war of domination. Zande's war of dominion left no one unscathed. Unable to abide the horrors inflicted upon the people, warriors young and brave took up the sword against the lag. These men and women became as beacons of hope to those who had suffered, not unlike the warriors of light in our age. But all this merely hastened the destruction. Just as they moved towards the lag's heart for the kill, Xande lashed out in anger and frustration, as trapped beasts are wont to do. In his desperation, Xande desired a great rift be opened to hasten the cloud of darkness's coming. To this end, he commanded the sun's power held within Dalamud be emptied into Circus Tower at once. The act bore terrible consequences. The tower only withstood the blast by flooding the land below with energy. Circus was swallowed by the very earth upon which it once stood. The fourth umbral calamity. I'd learned of its cause from Unei and Doga. I had no idea that rebellion incited Xande to rashness, though. Your knowledge of Alagan history is astounding, Graha. Why, a man could study for 2 lifetimes and only learn half of what you know. Mayhap. 'Tis strange, though. I cannot seem to remember where I learned such things. Yes? Ah, Biggs. Are you ready?
Ready and raring to open up that void gate, Chief.
We reckon when this machine's up and running, she'll be able to float 5 airships the size of the Agrius. So just give the word and we'll start channeling energy into the tower. Good. Then let us get started. Our preparations are complete, everyone. Step away from the throne. All right, let's see what this machine can be. Let's see what this machine can do. Now, Biggs. Yes!
Ah, a rift to the world of darkness, as Unei called it. Splendid work, Master Garland.
We can't break out the meat just yet. The tough part's still ahead. We've broken into the dark realm, but the gate's not at all stable. It won't stay open forever, and only a few can use it. I, for one, will remain here to ensure the void gate stays open.
As will the sons of St. Koinok. This rift is our sole path to salvation. If it closes, we are all truly lost. Which leaves Bayan, my friend. 'Tis a heavy burden I must task you with, but there are none more able. Pray, lead the adventurers beyond the rift. I do not know what awaits you, save the cloud of darkness and our 3 comrades, but you must go, for the fate of our world now rests upon your shoulders. This is our only gambit, but I have every faith you will succeed. It will be no small feat to return after you pass beyond the rift. Make certain you are prepared before leaving.
Might I have a moment of your time, Bayan? There is a matter of import we must needs discuss ere you leave. There's always gotta be something before we leave. Bayan, I wish to speak with you about my eye. As you are no doubt aware, 'tis a trait seen only amongst Alagan royalty. Long have I pondered why such is my inheritance. The sanguine hue must have something bearing upon my destiny. This much Doga himself admitted, but what? In truth, the more I learn of the Crystal Tower, the less I am myself. Somehow, meeting those two clones has wrought a great change in me. I am consumed with remembering something ancient, but never ever so important. And my father's words echo in my mind, the self-same ones his father told him. The truth of our eye rests with a lag. Mayhap what I wish to remember, and these words are related. Mayhap not. But I know I must learn the truth that history hides from me. I would see this journey, our journey, through to the very end with mine own two eyes. So I implore you, allow me to join you beyond the rift. You have my thanks, my friend. Now, let us venture into the world of darkness to save our comrades and our realm. Alright, let's do this. Who knows, maybe we'll get it quick. Or, you know, maybe not. Alright, I totally forgot how long Crystal Tower queues are. So, unfortunately, I am going to have to withdraw and come back. When I return, I will be with my friend Darkfire. We'll be at her place, and probably playing, and we've got a lot to look forward to tonight. So, Cruiser Gex, out.